Hey, what's going on? We just got started here, so you didn't miss anything if you just joined. But I am currently in a trade as we speak. Yo, what's up, bro? I know there's no sound. Um, no, Muhammad's not trading live today. I just got stopped out at break even on the trade on US 30. I was going for 25 pips. It just missed it. I'm glad I stopped out though. Nasdaq, it looks like it's probably gonna hit stop loss um, for right now, and we will see what's going on here. What happened to the robots? Simple answer. They stopped working. They were working really well for a while, and we just didn't like how they kept hitting the equity protector. So switched over. I've been manually trading from now on. It's been going very well. Um, Muhammad's been working on a couple different, strategies that we're gonna potentially automate. But you want my best advice? Do it yourself. I've seen so many different bots, and they work well for a little while, and then they shit the bed. So my best advice is just um, find a strategy that works and stick to it, and follow a trading plan, because robots don't do that, and they'll just keep chewing away at your account, especially if you have something that continues to keep trading. What up, Mike? Yeah. Um, and I would just focus on making your own training plan, and you know manually doing it each day, and coming into the market where I only take 4 positions a day. You can see I have sells, buys on Nasdaq, and I took sells on US 30. Got out at break even. We'll see. Maybe this comes back down. And then I also have buys. So I only take 4 trades a day. That's it. I risk 1% a trade. No, Muhammad hasn't actually been on live yet. He'll be coming on, but um, he's been really busy right now. He's not even back home. He's been traveling doing business, so um, he'll be a little busy. And then once he's back home and situated and everything, I'm sure he'll hop on for a couple of these. But for right now, it's just gonna be me doing. I'm trading a challenge right now. This is a 400K challenge, so I'm trading this live in front of you guys. Um, and feel free to ask questions or trade along with me. Everyone has different strategies though. I might actually open up the Zoom here in a little bit too because I want to have people have the opportunity to like chat with me over the mic if they want. Um, I don't like how on this you have to talk in the chat. So I'll go open up the Zoom if anyone wants to jump on there. Looks like US 30 would have hit take profit, unfortunately. Alright, just put the Zoom link in there if anyone wants to jump on there. Alright, what's up everyone? Sorry for the little delay here. I'm actually feeling a little under the weather this morning. So I kind of woke up and just jumped on the stream immediately. But just to fill everyone in, I took sells on US 30 right here. We were almost up 25 pips. I needed to go a little bit lower, and it started reversing. And I have a rule that if I'm up at least 20 pips, I'll break out at break even, or I'll close out at break even. So I ended up getting closed out at break even right here on this candle. Unfortunately, came back down, would have hit take profit probably right here. So we ended up breaking even on that trade, and now NASDAQ is floating in a little bit of profit here, about 9 pips. I'm targeting 25 here down below, so hopefully we'll get that. So I have a strategy that basically is based off of London session highs and lows. And what I do is I look at the market levels before that, and then as soon as the new candle forms, I base it off of the higher time frames, London session highs and lows, and then I'll do a buy and a sell stop based on specific areas. I'm actually not going to go over the full strategy yet. We have it for anyone that's lifetime members with us, they get access to it. And then for anyone that's interested, we're going to be reopening that in the future. But for right now, we're just going to be doing live trading sessions. Anyone can jump in and ask for, markups on different pairs. Um, but this is the two main pairs that I trade right now. And it's been going pretty well. I'm on phase one with this challenge here. I'm on phase one with a 200K, and then I'm on a phase two. Um, that I'm hoping to pass here soon. I'm up 5K on it. I only have to get to 8. Um, so I'm hoping to hit that one this week and pass it. But sometimes it pays to be patient here because I could have hit my TP right down here. This one is the funded trader. I don't know if you can see right here, TFT, the funded trader. Then I got a 200K on my Forex funds and another 200K on my Forex funds. So, like $1 million total. Sorry, take that back. 800K total. Can't do math right now. It's too early. So, hoping to just get all those passed at the same time. I'm kind of just like going crazy with the prop firms in the beginning of this new year. Want to get some pretty big payouts, and then we'll be chilling after that. So. And for those of you that are trading other pairs today, make sure always check Forex Factory. We got FOMC today with a couple of the members, not like the actual FOMC meeting, but there's 2 members that are speaking, and then Powell will be testifying at 9. So just make sure to keep that in mind, because when Powell talks, it's usually pretty volatile. So it's 30 minutes after market opens, he'll be speaking. So just keep that in mind. And when Powell talks, it actually affects all the pairs. So I would definitely be extra careful about that. Okay, cool. It looks like this is starting to run a little bit. I'm going to do this. Let it try to glide just a little bit lower. Yeah, cool. So, always looking to get better every single day. So, I'm happy. Obviously, it made 1% on NASDAQ right now. It dropped. Could go lower. But the reason why I closed out right here, looking at market structure, we're at an area of like point of interest right here. Sometimes with indices, when it hits like a support like this, it just uses that extra liquidity to push through. So if it does, so be it. I'm not like super pissed. It's whatever. I do overall on the higher time frame think this could go bullish here, just because of the steep drop we have, and whenever we see, this is kind of just a pattern that I've noticed. Whenever we get this steep drop like this, and then this is almost like a inverted head and shoulders right here. So here's like one shoulder, here's the head, Now we're making the other shoulder. We should start coming back up. It doesn't always happen, but that's what my eyes are seeing. So I'm just gonna walking you through what I'm looking at. Um, so I do think overall we could go bullish. So like that being said, with all that combined, I'm happy with taking 25 pips here. If this wants to keep dropping, go ahead, but that's not where I feel like market structure is heading. So I always try to go for more pips in the direction that I think market structure is going. So, like, for example, if we hit this buy stop, which um, is towards the highs, I'll show you where I'd be looking to take my profit at. I would be going for 50 pips, which is a 2-to-1 risk to reward, which would be right about whatever. I gotta zoom in more to get it, but it's towards these highs here, which I actually like that area as well, because this is more of like a resistance, but we're still a little bit below it, because in general the market won't always come right to this area. Sometimes it'll pull back just a little bit beforehand because they know everyone's trying to take profit right at that resistance. Um, so we're trying to get closer here so I can make sure it's 50 pips on the dot. Cool, so 50 pips. So yeah, that's why I closed out here. With US 30, I was just playing it a little bit more conservative, especially for the fact that I was entered on NASDAQ and US 30 at the same time. Um, so I just didn't want to have extra exposure. And I don't know, for some of you that were on here earlier and you saw that, I have no clue why, but I risk 1% a trade, but I was in both of these positions at the same time, and it was saying my margin was running out, which I have no clue why. I only risk 1% of trade, so losing 2% total wouldn't be any reason to lose my free margin, but it's kind of weird. But so yeah, with US 30, just one more time, I entered right here. We went in a little bit into profit, came back, went down, almost hit 25 pips. We were like just a couple pips away. So my rule is if we ever get that close, I've just over back testing for a long time. I've noticed that if we get that close and it reverses, sometimes it'll come all the way back up and hit stop loss. So I put my stop loss at break even, got broke out at break even. I don't always like to just take a re-entry sell right here when it comes back down. If I were to take one, I would actually want it to come all the way up, like go through where my stop loss was, and then have more momentum coming back down later on, and then I'd be potentially looking to sell again. Um, but this one just kind of made a quick little pullback, not sure what this was, and then came all the way down. It would have hit TP and then some right here. But it's all right. We're learning, and we're almost halfway done with this challenge here. We're at like 4.5%. And then just to update everyone, I'm up $6,000 on the phase 2 of the 200K. So we need just 1% on that, which kind of unfortunate. If I would have hit that US 30 trade right now, I would have passed, or just didn't close out, I should say. And then I'm up 10K on the phase 2 of the other one, right now too. I like being transparent. I'm just gonna show you guys. Whoever's on the Zoom can see this. This is my 200K challenge right here with my Forex funds, and then this is the other one that's on phase 2. You can see right here, evaluation phase 2. We're up $6,000 on that one. So we're doing it live in front of you guys. I wish someone would do this for me a long time ago. And I'm not saying copy my trades by any means, but just having a community like this, we just wanted to build this back up again, and I want to get this big. I mean, we got 8 people on right now. I'm trying to have 80 people on in a couple weeks from now. So let me just reshare the screen now. But we're going to be chilling for a little bit right now.
You want to join this Telegram, this Zoom call? Oh, it's this Zoom call now.
Live trading holds everyone. Yeah, no, I definitely like live trading in front of people too, because I can talk through my mistakes in front of you, and you can learn from it, and then Also, like, we're on a Zoom too, so for anyone that's on the Zoom and wants to share their screen and go over markups, by any means, just let me know and I can give you access to share your screen and we can all look at your markups. Um, don't think like I'm the only one on here that can do markups or even teach in general. I think we can all learn from each other. I've always been a student of the game, and I think everyone is specialized in different areas. So if someone ever has something they want to share, I'm definitely open to it. And Mikey, I just saw your comment. Do you think US 30 could go up around to the 36,000 area? Wait, you say could go up around 36,000? Well, we're at 36,000 right now. Okay, I get what you're saying. Um, yeah, I mean that's kind of like the area we're at right now. So you're saying, do you think it's gonna reject like right around here on the quarter point number, or just like an even number of that? Um, yeah, I could definitely see that where we make a little bit of like a liquidity grab down to here, and then it wicks back up. Um, Especially with what I was saying earlier, I think it's clear on Nasdaq, but indices technically or tend to follow each other. So we're making like a head and shoulder right now. So, ideally, I'd like to see this start pushing back up again. We might make one more wick down though. I've seen that where they're trying to grab some liquidity down here before we really start pushing all the way up. Um, but yeah, I definitely think we're bullish. Like I said, whenever we see like big points of interest like this with these two huge candles, um, there's a lot of liquidity right here, and this tends to get picked up very quickly on indices more than any other pair. Um, so like another example is right here. Like you can see big candle. This is on the 1 hour time frame too. So like this drop right here was about 250 pips, and you can see within a matter of probably the next New York session, it was already filled back up again. And then from here, we got some really big candles right here. This candle was 400 pips, which is just remarkable. There's so much money just being transferred. And then this one came all the way back up again too. Didn't even really have time to make a head and shoulders, to be honest, on this one. Um, but just kind of going over different examples, and it happens so frequently. I mean, here's the left shoulder, here's the head, here's the right shoulder, boom. And what I'm saying right now could happen is we're kind of like right here. We could get that one more push down for a liquidity grab before we push back up and come towards the highs. I don't swing trade. You know, Sometimes it really pays to swing trade, but I just like getting in and out. It just gives me the peace of mind, and everyone trades differently. So, but I definitely think with where we're at right now, wouldn't be bad to be looking for buys on US 30. Um, I'm gonna obviously be waiting until we get to my area up here, just because of that's how my strategy works out. But for anyone else, if you're looking to swing at the 36,000 area, I would want it to like see it hit this area, and then make some kind of rejecting move. Whether it's sometimes I like to go to the line chart and look for like a double bottom, triple bottom, a W, whatever it is, like some kind of reversal pattern. And then on top of that, I'd want to go to at least a 15-minute time frame and see something that's giving me, whether it's like a bullish engulfing candle like this one, or I really like these the most when we get like a huge wick and then push up like this, and we close towards, I would say, 80% of the top of this wick. Um, this is like a huge momentum candle right here, especially when we know that with where we're coming from, we're in a strong uptrend. We just kind of made one little bounce here as support. We're just kind of collecting orders, and then boom. Like, I used to trade a strategy like that where I would follow the trend and then wait for, some kind of momentum candle like this and just take the entry right after it. I mean, look what happens. It doesn't always work like that, but especially with indices, it's pretty powerful. So, if anyone else wants to go over pairs, though, put them in the chat right now. I can go over them. For those of you that just joined recently, we are up 1% right now. Should be 2%, but I was playing it a little bit more conservative this morning. I took sells on US 30 and NASDAQ. With US 30, I got entered right here. Almost hit my first take profit of 25 pips, but it started to reverse, so I got out at break even. And then with NASDAQ, we got in. We actually went into a little bit of drawdown with it. I got in right down here. Came up. We were about 14 pips drawdown. And then it glided right back down to 25 pip take profit, which is a 1-to-1 risk to reward right there. Could have potentially held almost a 2-to-1. Maybe it'll come down to it. But like I mentioned, the reason why I closed is because we're at the support area right now. And I do think it's bullish overall. Let me see. We got some things in the chat here. UJ. Yeah, give me one sec. Gotta go to view. I used to trade USD CAD a lot, so I'm familiar with USD pairs. And this will be an interesting one. I'm not sure if you guys were on when I mentioned this, but Chairman Powell is going to be talking at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, so 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm not sure what time zone you guys are on, but keep that in mind because I guarantee this will be moving like pretty crazy during that, just for that sole fact. Let's take a look at higher time frame. So we're in a strong uptrend on the daily. We just broke above a couple previous daily highs. Let me just look at this. Hold on one sec. So we're continuing to just keep breaking structure here. This was from this high. This is from this most previous high. And now it looks like we're really rejecting this area. Look at like the 30. Lower time frame, I mean, it looks like we started breaking structure, but I think all this was just a pullback on the higher time frame. Due to the news that's coming out, let me look at Forex Factor one more time. I'm trying to see what he's talking about. Due to testify on the renomination to the chair of the Federal Reserve before the Senate. Okay, so it's talking about if Powell is going to get renominated, I believe. Testimony usually comes in two parts. First, he reads a prepared statement, and then the committee will hold a question and answer. Since the questions are not known beforehand, they can make some unscripted moments that lead to heavy market volatility. Yeah, so here it says why traders care. As head of the central bank, which controls short-term interest rates, he has more influence over the nation's currency value than any other person. Traders scrutinize his public engagements as they are often used to drop subtle clues regarding future monetary policy. So for those of you that don't look at like Forex Factory, I think it's extremely important, especially with these are kind of like more unicorn news events, I'd say, because it's unpredictable. Because technically, news events should help you with your technical analysis. It should just speed up the process. But with events like this, where he could say anything out of left field that could, completely reverse where, markets head in. So right now, I would say overall we're bullish. I don't like where we're at to ever take an entry right now. I would want to have some kind of pullback into this area. Let me get the square. Hold on. But that being said, because Powell's talking, if you're not already in a trade and you're at break even, I would not be looking for entries yet because, with him talking in less than an hour, we're gonna get some extreme volatility. So like that even being said, when I'm trading these pairs, I'm gonna have a really tight like risk on this and making sure that I don't have mine get, whipsawed around. Um, but it's kind of my markup with US, or I would say UJ. I think we are bullish, and I think this should continue to just skyrocket up. Um, but I don't like. You would have already had to get in your entry if you wanted to be holding this right now, and if you are entered, I would have my stop loss at break even, just due to Powell talking. Usually, if it's any other red folder news event, like for example, tomorrow we have CPI and core CPI, which is changing the price of goods and services purchased by consumers. That's like, it's still a red folder news event and it will make the market move, but that's something that will just help like accelerate market structure. And, so like, let's say for example, this setup right now was tomorrow. I would say that we're just maybe going to get like, a liquidity grab down and push up. But because of it's more of like a unicorn event, I think that's something to really, keep in the back of your mind when you're trading, because I used to not do that, and then I'd get stopped out for some BS reason, and then I'd go look at Forex Factory, and I was like, oh, well, FOMC was today, which everyone knows FOMC is very unpredictable. So you have to keep that in mind. I'm not a fundamental trader by any means, but when you're trading, especially during New York session, there's huge news events. You got to keep that in mind to protect yourself and your account. Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna look at UCAT as well and GJ. Oh, GJ. Is Kel's on here? Kel's, you're quiet today. What's going on?
Just looking over charts and stuff.
You locked in?
Yeah, I'm trying to get into positions, but
I respect that.
I had to go straight from my channel, but I didn't go into myself. TP1 got hit, so good so far.
That's solid. Yeah, definitely post results in the channel.
The trade I was doing yesterday, the EG trade, bro, I held that shit till like 2 in the morning, bro, for it to hit my break even.
For it to hit break even?
At 120 pips in profit, and I had my TP at 22 pips, bro.
Damn.
I woke up and I missed, and next thing I knew, I was like 6 pips in profit. I'm like, damn, I wasted a whole day on this. I was like, oh man, fuck it.
That'll happen, but it's always, you watching me trade too. Like sometimes I'm learning to take partials in certain areas when I'm up a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's just trading, At least you didn't lose.
Thanks. I would have been at break even though for the verification. I would have been back at 200K.
If you would have hit that TP.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
No.
Rob, I do these calls mostly every New York session. Depending on what's going on. If it's like a bank holiday or something, I won't be doing it. And the timing is going to be anywhere between like 7:30 to 8 o'clock. If I see the market's really slow, I won't start the stream until a little bit later, just because there's no point in me just kind of sitting on here waiting for my setup to hit. So today was a little bit different though. I was just feeling a little bit under the weather, and I woke up a little bit later, and when I woke up and got to the chart, my like entries were like almost getting hit. So by the time I got everything set up, I was actually already in the trades. But yeah, 100%. We made 2.5% yesterday. Should be up 2% right now. Just kind of close out early on this guy. But hopefully, if we can get this come back up here, I just need 1% to pass on that other challenge would be nice. And then with these, this one I'm a little bit under halfway, and the other one I'm right at 5% right now. But actually, I keep forgetting with my Forex funds, they only make you have 8%. So I only need 3% more with my Forex funds on my phase 1, and then I need 5% more on this because the funded trader does 10% for profit target.
Right. General question: how come you don't have it all with the same fund? Like with BTT?
Well, they only let you go up to 600K, and I know the people at the Funded Trader personally, so I wanted to get an account with them. And then I like my Forex funds a lot too, so those are like the two that I went with um, for this.
Who let you go up to 600K?
Yeah, they both let you go up to 600. The thing with the Funded Trader is they don't allow EAs, so that means no trade copiers either. So the only issue is when you get them, you have to like do them one at a time. So I bought a 400K right now, and then once I pass this, I'll probably buy a 200K to complete the 600. But at that point, I'm gonna have to be trading like two accounts at the same time. Unfortunately, until you pass it, then you can combine them.
Well, you gotta
What
be
company?
your
What
funded
company?
account already.
Well, because the thing is, this one will be funded, and then the other one's gonna be on challenge. But I don't know. I didn't want to trade two different challenges at the same time without having to be able to trade copy between them. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So
Um,
which company lets you get the 400,000 account?
who let me get the 400? The Funded Trader.
Funded Trader, oh, that's what it's called. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now, Scott. The Funded Trader is my master, and it's getting trade copied out to the My Forex Funds accounts. Um, but it's like I can't trade copy between the Funded Trader accounts. I don't know why they do that. They're not trying to have people use EAs or have like groups come in and trade copy. Um, so I mean I respect that, but it just makes it a little bit more trickier when we're trying to pass these challenges here. So hopefully we get a little bit of a pullback. We got 7 minutes till market opens here. For those of you that just joined, we're up 1% for the day so far. I broke out at break even on US 30. I could have taken profit at my 1-to-1 risk to reward, but we just got out a little bit early, and then we hit our 1% for NASDAQ for the day right here. So now,
Brandon from Coconut 200.
now I'm just sitting here looking for buys.
In regards to your car.
Sorry, I just had to mute him. Now I'm just looking for buys. If we come back up to this area, which I do actually think we have a good chance as soon as the market opens, and then right after market opens, we got Powell talking in 30 minutes. So I will stay on for probably another hour today, just because I think we're gonna get some good volatility. And I'm gonna go over GU as well, because I used to trade that pair a lot. We're in a strong uptrend right now on GU on the 1 hour. See something. Okay, so generally what we see is, I was calling out USD JPY being bullish, and if that's the case, GU should be going down. But we're both in pretty strong uptrends right now. The only thing I don't like, so I mean we've been hitting this area a lot, and it's starting to reject right now. And I do kind of like this area as like a point of interest to kind of complete some of this liquidity. I think this would be like a TP1, and then if you wanted to swing trade it, this would be like a TP2 up here at the top. And because we have a bigger news event today, it's possible that we could get the liquidity to push it up. But like I said, with Powell talking, it's just sometimes you want to be in the trade already if you were going to be in it, just to be safe. And then, if you were in profit, I would recommend putting stop loss at break even at that point before he talks. And if you get wicked out, I wouldn't be mad. It's better to protect your account than have your account go flying down, 30, 40 pips in a matter of a 1 minute candle. Because sometimes I've seen that happen. I'm not saying that's going to happen right now, but if you're trading gold, I'd highly recommend being careful because that will probably be the most volatile pair out of all these. I don't really trade gold that much. Let me see something though. Overall, I think we're going to stay bullish. Just based on, we had a big double bottom right here on the daily. And ever since that, we've never retested this area. So that means this was like a point of interest of, this is a reversal here. As we can see on the daily for a while, we're in a downtrend for about a month or a couple months. And then we came up here, and what I look at is this right here. I'll delete it in a second. Actually, I'm just going to move it. So this area right here broke above all these previous lower highs. So that just shows that we broke a lot of structure. And then from there, the big point of interest is, are we going to break above this high here? So like, if we break above here, then we're for sure confirmed we're back in like a big uptrend. But we kind of just been consolidating this range right now, but we're holding this level. So I do like that we broke above the previous lower, like little highs right here. We broke above again, so this might be showing, signs of an uptrend, or continuation. And this is on the daily too. So I think if we jump into like the 30, if we were gonna look for like an intraday trade, it's not a bad area. I mean, I like to see it like come down to somewhere around here. There's a lot of liquidity in this candle, this blue one. Some of you guys want to look at too. Whenever I'm like looking for more of like swing trades, this is basically called like a, people call it different things, but it's like a point of interest where basically, I don't like how this thing's blue. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna make it like a gray so you guys can see it better. So basically right here, you can see this candle, this wick comes down to like right here. And then on this candle, this wick comes to here. So there's this huge gap in between this big candle. So there's actually a lot of liquidity here that the banks have to come back to get. So like if you were looking for buys after you confirmed with, your higher time frame setups that, hey, based on market structure and where we're at, we're looking for buys. Awesome. I would be looking, if you're like trying to find a good area to enter in, somewhere in here, because eventually this will get filled because there's a bunch of liquidity here that hasn't been touched. So whenever there's like a gap like this in the market, it has to get filled. So just keep that in mind. I'm looking at this on the 30. Sometimes it's more accurate on the 1 hour, which it's almost the exact same thing here. You just move this up a little bit higher. So that can be a point of interest. Now, with, like I said, today we got really weird news going on. We could see this completely just, wick down, grab all these orders below here, and then come up. I think overall we could go bullish with gold today. All right, let me jump back into these two. So market just open, and we're tanking. Man, one day I'll sit it on my hands. I'll be up big. For those of you that just got on recently, we took sales on US 30 right at this red line here, or sorry, NASDAQ at this red line. And I had sales on US 30 right here. Closed out at US 30 break even because I was up almost 1-to-1 and then it started reversing. And so that's just one of my rules in my trading plan. Unfortunately, it would have just came up about 10 pips and then reversed. And then with this pair, came into a little bit of drawdown like right away, and then we just tanked. I closed out at 1-to-1. Obviously, hindsight bias 2020, but I could have held. Would have been a big win. US 30 is making a good drop right now. I do think we're bullish though for the overall. So kind of curious to see what happens with this. But just with the way I trade and what's been working well for me, I like to just kind of sit on my hands now that I've made 1% for the day. We're going to see what happens here. If it rejects and starts getting momentum coming back up again, and I like what I see, I got a buy stop set up here. I'm going for a 2-to-1 risk reward on NASDAQ, and then likewise for US 30. I'll fix this right now so I got it ready. Let's go 50 pips. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, we're tanking it now. Jeez. $116 pips from where I entered. It's tough.
Trying to see if I can get a setup on DJ as of right now.
What are you looking at?
Might go for sales. I've ordered on sell since yesterday. I could have gone long, but I hesitated. Like right now, I could have gone short. I would have been 15 pips of profit, but I'm waiting for my zone to get hit for me to be able to sell.
Yeah, it's in the area of resistance right now.
Yeah, and freaking the indicator, the board to trade indicator hasn't give me a green light to do it. So
Yeah, and if that's what you're basing part of your strategy on, then definitely
yeah,
wait
my
for
shit,
that.
my shit's simple. I don't really try to stress it too much because it's what you make of it. You're never gonna be right, you know. I don't
Yeah.
get it.
It's been in a big range though on this daily for a while.
I need to finish this challenge, man. For the finish of the 23rd, I need to get thing over with because I didn't train December at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my great grandma had died. A freaking straight bullet went in my room, so I wasn't even touching the charts.
Jeez, yeah. When you got a lot going on, it's always good to just kind of
Yeah.
take it.
Yesterday I was up $4,500. I would have been back at break even, but my trade reversed on me. That pair moves so slow. Oh my god.
What, GJ?
EG.
Oh, I know.
UP, but like it's good with the lots. Like I had 210 lots, so I was getting some profit, but still, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say it pays more, but it's slower.
Yeah, way slower.
Jeez, US 30 just trying to rub it in my face right now.
I've been in some solid profit right now.
If you would have taken it.
Yeah. So like that strategy, like it's pretty good. It's just all based on patience and when you go in.
Yeah.
I just need to implement some more. I need to get that. Cause thing is, like, since I haven't made a good amount of money off of it,
Yeah.
like it wasn't hit me that this could be like, you know, a career thing for the rest of the life.
Yeah.
Like I know it is, but it hasn't been solidified in my mind yet. Like something is missing. I don't know what the fuck it is, but something hasn't clicked.
Like once you pass your challenge, I think it's gonna open up your mind to the opportunity.
Yeah. So I know what it is, but it's like it's not clicking. Like
Yeah.
it's not like solidified it for me yet.
I'll get there. Sometimes it just takes time.
Yeah.
Let me see something. I'm gonna try to find the stream of Powell talking.
Yo, if that dude speaks and that shit drop GG, I'm gonna be so heated.
He usually moves everything, but I think US Link bears a little bit more. Let me see something. Where am I finding it? Put in a bunch of reruns.
I need that $1 million account by the end of the summer from EDT effects. Once I don't have a due date on my head, I know I trade way better.
Yeah. The thing is, you just gotta not even think about the due
Yeah,
date.
I try not to think about that shit, honestly.
Because, yeah, it'll mess with your psychology.
I would have closed yesterday at 18 pips. I would have been good.
What day is it? The 11th? Here we go. Alright, what the hell is going on with US 30? Seems bleeding. Man, I hope Powell says something to bring the market back up here. I got the live stream waiting right now. We got about 15 minutes before he goes live, so I'm just gonna kind of chill right now. I think I'm gonna go grab a coffee real quick. I'll come back in a little bit. Alright, Powell is about to start talking in 2 minutes here. So, we'll see what happens with that. If you guys are in open trades, be careful. Only thing I'm looking at right now would be buys on NASDAQ. I think US 30's dropped too much, but that being said, US 30 is very volatile, so it could come back up. But we'll see if we can get some kind of news that reverses this and pushes NASDAQ back up. If it does, I think it should come up to... Yeah, so we're kind of doing exactly what I said. We'll see what happens though because of the news, but like I mentioned earlier, I was saying that we could get a wick down and then we start rejecting and pushing back up again. Hopefully that's what happens. That way we know that we have like a strong momentum coming up. But we'll see. It's 9 o'clock right now.
And for many years, I think it'd be a superb team, and so I look forward to supporting your nomination and Governor Bernard's nomination also as the vice chair. And let me join my colleagues in commending you for an exceptional job with respect to the pandemic. One of the interesting consequences of the pandemic and the employment market is that we've seen wages rise. In fact, we've seen them rise with respect to factory workers and non-supervisory personnel about 5.8%. And my concern is would an increase in interest rates in anywhere begin to slow down that rise or indeed reverse it?
So like you and I think like everyone, we think wages moving up is generally a good thing. But if you look back through history, there are times when wages have moved up in a way that has fostered persistent inflation, and that hurts everyone. It particularly hurts people on fixed income. So we don't see that right now, but we do see these are the biggest wage increases in decades. And so we're watching carefully.
Alright, market's not really moving the way I like it. I'm still going to keep my buy stops up here. So I'm going to stop the stream for now. I'm going to edit it too so it's not as long. We're going to wrap today